So there's going to be a changing of the guard today. After about 5 years of riding my Kona Rove, I've got a new bike. I bought another gravel bike. A tractor checkpoint. SL6. So it's my first ride with it. So in today's ride, we're going to take a nice little loop with me, see how I like the bike. We'll talk a little bit about some of the basic features of the bike. I'll save more details for maybe a longer term review after I've been on the bike a little bit longer. And stay with me till the end to see what I think of it. The question is, why to get a new bike in the first place when I had a bike that I was quite happy with. As I said, I've had the Kona Rove almost 5 years. When I bought that bike, it was primarily to have a shift towards comfort. At that time, I had a giant carbon road bike, so this is the first carbon road gravel bike I've ever had. But over the last little whiles, I've been building this channel up, and of course loving to get out for rides. Not to mention aging. Just want to spoil myself. But furthermore, there's an attempt to really try and save some watts in some of these rides. The Kona is a great bike, as I mentioned. Had really no issues with it. Great GRX group set. But when I got this carbon bike out, the lightness was a little bit of a factor. I hate to admit that. Again, getting older, it all helps for climbs, and it just feels so damn good. I think I'm going to keep my Kona bike for now. Maybe use it as a commuter bike or a winter bike. We'll see. So let's talk about the buying experience. So I bought this bike at the local truck dealership here in Kingston. I've dealt with them for years. Super friendly, professional, and knowledgeable. Even though I haven't had a truck bike for many years, I did have an FX bike that I sold after a couple of long rides in Nova Scotia on some rail trails down there that almost killed me. I ended up selling it and buying the TCX gravel bike, which really began my journey of more serious love of rail trails and gravel. So I did try the aluminum version of the checkpoint. I think it was a bit too big, the reach was way off, didn't feel good. And I took the carbon out, I was like, oh my God, what a difference. So I tried first this SL6 in a large size, which fit good from saddle to stem, but they had to put the seat up so far that the ISO speed, we'll talk about a bit later, suspension part, had the seat post moving so much it felt really uncomfortable. Anybody knows me knows I deliberate quite a bit before I buy something significant like this. So I did my research. I know people have track bikes and love them, and of course the reputation is really good. So me, it ended up being just what was I willing to pay for, and would this bike be more of a significant upgrade than what I already had. So let's go over some of the features of this bike. Now, I will do a longer term review maybe after the summer. I've got some more kilometers on this bike and had a chance to put it through some more tests. But for now, let's take a look and see what it looks like. So again, this is a extra large frame. And it's, when I first went into Trek, I was actually considering the SL6, which would be the kind of lowest version of the carbon in the checkpoint. But all they had in the shop was an SL6. So I took it out and actually liked the color. And, you know, when I got on, I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. But as I mentioned earlier, I didn't think it fit me. So anyway, they ordered in the extra large. So a couple things I've done to this bike. I put my saddle on it from the Kona. And I put my Redshift stem. I wanted to get an 80 mil stem, and I got they threw in a little bell for me. So that's bringing some stuff over now next week, because the wheels I have on the Kona are carbon, and I like the Panaracer tires. They needed to order a free hub in because this one wouldn't work because it's a Shimano. So I'll get that in and give that a try, see if that makes much difference. But so we have a 1044 cassette. So this is a rival group set. You can see it's electronic. It's my first foray into electronic. It's a 1x set, so you only have one chainring up here. So it's a 40 tooth. This is 1044, which is a little wider range than the SL5. And the SL5 has the Apex group set, so this is a little bit of a step up. Apparently the rims on this is a 25 mil internal, so it's actually a nicer wheel set than the SL5. That's what you're paying the extra $1,000 for. So really a nice rig. Really, I would say the thing that sold me was the group set. I have a 2x GRX, which has been magnificent on my Kona. But I was always curious about the kind of riding I do to have a 1x group set. So when I took it out on the test rides, I didn't notice any real huge gaps, you know, personally for me. I was also kind of like the fact that I have the option to screw in a mount. It's got all the bolts even my Kona had, just in terms of if you ever want to do backpacking, put on fenders or anything like that, you can do that quite easily. Also, the front end's kind of cool. It's the first bike I've had which really is sort of an integrated, without all the cables showing, which actually, you know, will save you a little bit of energy just in terms of being aerodynamic. One of the selling features of this as well is this ISO speed. So you'll see it basically separates the seat post from the frame, giving you some compliance over rough patches. So it's actually been quite nice so far. So this is my first foray into SRAM group set. I've only had Shimano before that, and I know certainly SRAM's very reputable. I did lots of reviews on this group set before I bought it. When you click it, you'll see the railer moves, little lights up. It's got lots of battery. So it's super precise. So this one moves it to a lower gear. The other one, just a very quick movement in, and it'll move it to the higher gear. Super smooth, really reliable. Nice thing with the electronic group sets are they really don't require any adjusting. There's no cables. And I'm pretty good about checking batteries and stuff like that, so I know that's something. Some people will probably say, well, what if you get stranded and you don't have it? Well, I'm pretty good about that. So I did consider some other bikes, including gravel bikes. And actually, most seriously, for a while, there was endurance road bikes like the Giant Defy or Specialized Roubaix. You know, because a lot of the riding I do is all road, probably predominantly like maybe a 60-40 gravel to road split. So I did consider those. The thing I opted for the gravel bike was, if I decided I ever want to go down to just like one bike again, I wanted the option to have bigger than like 38 or 40 mil tires and all the mounts and everything. They're great bikes as well. Certainly consider them, and that's an option for you as well. So back where I started, got a little bit of dirt in the bike, had a fantastic ride, a little over 50K on a beautiful day, spring day, a little windy. But overall, the bike, as you saw, got a bit of a test on a little bit of everything from pavement to gravel, a few short climbs, and handled it beautifully. So this isn't a comparison between the Kona or steel bike and you know, this checkpoint, but in all the reviews I do, typically I always de-emphasize a lot of the technical stuff versus what's the experience of that product. And I could tell you, it is fundamentally different. Obviously, it's a more expensive bike. You know, the carbon frame is lighter. You can find lighter bikes than this, that's for sure. I think it's probably around 21, 22 pounds, you know, when you first get it. But it is planted, it is smooth, and even with this stock wheel set, it was quite good. I'm interested to see how my carbon wheels will do when I get it on there, and my Panaracer tires, but you probably see more of that in the long-term review. So overall, fantastic experience on my first real ride on the Checkpoint SL6. Looking forward to a lot more adventures with it. Got lots planned this summer, so I hope you subscribe. And make sure you like this video so we can get this message about how good a bike this is out to everybody else. Take care.